Hey everyone, Matt Pisarcik from RazorEmporium.com coming at you today for another Q&A. You know, a lot of times, guys, I get questions on YouTube or emails or whatever, and I respond to them directly, and other times I think that the responses warrant a video like this. So without further ado, we're going to answer some questions that we've received. And these were actually, I think, YouTube comments, and either I never wrote back or my response is so good I should respond here. So we're just going to read these and respond in real time. Would you rather have a single DE blade that was super sharp and could never go dull, or a super dull DE blade that could never cut you? I don't even know why that's a question. I think I'd rather have a super sharp blade that can never go dull. I think that's the obvious choice here. I don't worry about getting cut too much. You know, that's not like a real big concern. I'm really rather concerned about dull blades. So a super sharp one sounds interesting, and if it was too sharp, I could always dial it up or down with an adjustable razor, or shim it, or just change my angle super steep to just barely get some of that blade on my cheek. So yeah, super sharp blade never goes dull. That sounds like a dream come true. What do you think about the Shaving Revolution blades? Not sure if you tested them already in a previous video, but you see them on Amazon, seemingly very popular based on the reviews. I have never heard of this Shaving Revolution. Doesn't sound like a brand, sounds like a private label. I'm guessing it's a popular blade that's made by a manufacturer and it's private labeled to this name, Shaving Revolution. I don't know, have to try them. When is a Rex TTO razor coming out? TTO means twist to open, like a butterfly. And would it make economic sense for Gillette to re-release the Fat Boy Slim? Well, I've kind of hinted at before, we are trying to pursue a Rex butterfly razor. It is a behemoth of engineering, a behemoth of machining, and then on top of that, it's going to be price prohibitive for a lot of people. If we make it in the United States, which I'm not really willing to compromise on. I don't want to just be the next person to have a Chinese Weishi razor or, Parker, made in India butterfly razor. Like, there's plenty of overseas butterfly razors. If you want one, go buy one. If we're making a Rex, it's going to be American made, and it's going to be made in stainless steel, and it's going to be made really, really nicely. When? I would hope by Black Friday of 2024, that's if I had my druthers, we're trying to make that happen. Would it make economic sense for Gillette to re-release the Fat Boy Slim? We've mentioned this many times. I have literally heard from Procter & Gamble absolutely directly, absolutely not. It will never, ever, ever happen. I have mentioned this before. Gillette, the manufacturing techniques they used is what's called progressive stamping. I want you to imagine that I'll describe one of these parts. This is a perfect example of progressive stamping. So like, this is just a lowly 3-piece tech guard, right? This guard started off as a flat, thin, probably the exact same thickness piece of brass sheet metal, and then it probably used a series of 4 or 6 stamps to get the shape. This is not one hit. There's going to be one that maybe first got this initial shape, and then another one maybe punched these holes out, and then another one maybe made this divot, this big diamond-shaped divot in the middle that actually goes down, and another one probably actually then put the the markings on it with the patent office, made in USA, the Gillette logo, all that. So you may have 4 or 6 stamps to make this one part, and then you have to have the stamping machines that are huge, like the size of like a car. And you set them all up and you run brass through it, and you may start up the process and spit out 50 or 100 of these before you dial it in correctly. Each one of those dies costs tens of thousands, if not more, to make out of really good tooling steel and hardened, so you can get 1 million punches out of it. That's for one part. Like, they may invest $100,000, $200,000 in stamping and R&D just to get a guard. To get doors, a center bar, a guard, the adjuster plate, you're looking at $1 million of tooling. then you have to have someone who has that machinery. Gillette certainly doesn't have progressive stamping machinery anymore. They don't do anything progressive stamped anymore. It's all injection molded plastic. Those machines are gone. So now you're looking at millions and millions and millions of dollars more just to get the machines back in their factory. They're not going to contract out to somebody else. No, it's not going to happen. Gillette is all on board the cartridge razor. They did do a little homage with the Kingsley Gillette and the Heritage razor, but those were private labeled. They were made elsewhere. They were made in Germany by Müller. So, nope, ain't gonna happen. Buy a vintage one from us. Buy one that's been restored, revamped, whatever. But don't ever expect Gillette to put one out. Hi Matt, is there any chance to see the Rex soaps and aftershaves in Europe? Oh, do you mean like this one? Do you mean like this one? We're not in charge of distribution. I know that sounds weird. I don't know if you guys are familiar with how, products work. Like when we carry Feather razors, Feather doesn't contact us usually and say, hey, do you want to stock our products? It's most of the time the other way around. The retailer approaches the manufacturer. So I contact Feather and I say, hi, Feather, we want to carry your ASD2, we want to carry your blades. And they say, cool, fill out this paperwork, open up a wholesale account, prove you're a business, not an individual, fill out our credit terms, our pricing terms, whatever, put an order in and you receive it, begin our relationship. Same thing for Rex. Rex is sold to 50 stores roughly around the world. We do have stores in Europe. If those stores that currently carry our hardware want to carry the software, they just need to order it. It's on our line sheet. It's on our website, our wholesale website. They can order it right now. So if you want to see it in Europe and your European distributor's not carrying it, knock on their door, send them an email, send them a phone call and say, hey, pick up Rex. We want to have Rex in Europe, and we will send it. The conundrum of shaving after a hot shower. Your whiskers are ready, but your mirror is not. Keeps fogging up. Any hacks? Yes. Get yourself an anti-fog mirror. They literally have them. They have small ones that can go in your shower. Just type on Amazon or Google Shopping, whatever, anti-fog mirror, and they will come up. I've also seen hacks of using products that you can put on your mirror that will prevent fogging. I've seen people use petroleum jelly. There's another one, I'm blanking on it right now, but there's another product, it could be hairspray, that you put on a mirror, and then once water gets on it, you'll actually see that it can't adhere to that area. So look it up, just put up how to make a mirror anti-fog. Also maybe look up products that are used for divers masks, like guys that go scuba diving or snorkeling. They put a product on the inside of their mask to not fog up. So there is anti-fog products. You can do that. Other thing I do is another easy hack that costs $0 is just I open the bathroom door when I get out of the shower so the steam can dissipate, and I use that time to prep by just making a lather. I don't need to see myself to make a lather. I can just quickly swirl, and I know where my face is. I can just start making a lather, and usually by that time the steam dissipates in the bathroom. Cocobolo Cowboy at Cocobolo Cowboy. He's an interesting guy. He likes to comment on our stuff a lot. When is the date for the next meetup? Sure would love a date. Well, if you want a date, I'm not your person to get online for a dating service. No, but I'm joking. I know you are too. He must be referring to the Arizona Shavers Meetup. If you didn't already know, Razor Emporium has been happy to host 2 years in a row now what we call the AZ Shavers or Arizona Shavers Meetup. It is a Facebook group, so if you're on Facebook, go find Arizona Wet Shavers or Arizona Shavers Group. I think I'm the admin, and we've had several meetups over the years, and we've had 2 at Razor Emporium in 2021, 2022. Oh, sorry, 2022, 2023, and those were traditionally in February, and so we'll probably do another one in February for 2024. I just think February is a great time. It's after the holidays, but it's also before Arizona starts heating up, and we also usually time it pretty close to like the beginning of spring training, which is a lot of spring training in in the Valley in February, March time. So people come out for that. Come on out, Arizona Shavers Meetup. Join the Facebook group and you'll see announcements, but usually the last week of February. That's all I got for these questions. Keep them coming. I usually do respond to most of the ones on YouTube. Occasionally one of my staff members responds, but if you get a response, it's usually me. Keep them coming. I do enjoy, obviously, doing YouTube videos and responses, and love to help this community keep on growing and answer questions and be a resource. So thank you for watching today's video. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time at Razor Emporium for all things vintage shaving. Thanks, guys.